scoreboard end in this opening term. I can tell you it's probably the 2-goal breeze out there. There's certainly been more carry going to the scoreboard end. So let's see if the Devils can stay with the Lions in the opening term here of action on perfect conditions. Sunny skies, not a cloud to speak of overhead. No excuses for the losers here this afternoon. As the siren sounds to get play underway. There's a ball up in the middle of the ground. We'll give that tap to Fenton. Players in from everywhere. Brad Inglis, one of those. Takes Lockie George to the ground. Now there'll be a ball up. Tap won by Fenton. Up against Madden, who's wearing the 16 this afternoon. Bit of a scrappy start. There'll be a ball up. Just having a look around. We'll get some matchups to you as the game unfolds. As neither side can gain any ascendancy. Cooper Craig Peters with the first kick of the afternoon. Left foot kick towards half forward. Lock got a terrible bounce. Opportunity here for Harvey. Squaring ball towards centre half forward. The mark's been taken there by Fitzgibbon. On the centre half forward. He goes deep into attack. Players set themselves. Harvey couldn't quite take that. It was George. In fact, he couldn't quite take the mark. Ball spills out. Chance here for Brad Inglis on the defensive 50. In fact, it's the Devils who kicked to the scoreboard end as a party. Dropped what he should have. He should have been a bit more cleaner there. Chance here on the left boot for Craig Peters. Deep into attack off to the left for the first score of the afternoon. Got an excellent work rate, Cooper Peters. Okay, Craig Peters, I should speak of, as Jack Bewley marks just inside the defensive 50. Kicks okay. Spoil on Spiteri was good by Harvey. Keeps his feet. Could have been held without it. The umpire let it go. Knocks the ball forward. Excellent bit of work there by Matthew Brett. Left foot kick across the body gets the Devils out of trouble beyond the defensive 50. Harley Inglis with ball in hand. On the defensive 50 goes along the line. All Redan here, but all up. Yeah, quick hands there by Cadman. Had too much for Fenton, but his follow-up work was good there, the youngster. His left foot kick got towards half forward. And in front of Will Johnston, the ball travelled over the line for a boundary throw-in. No score to speak of as yet. Darley kicking to the scoreboard end in this opening term. Boundary throw-in. Players set themselves. It's Madden and Fenton. Ball at ground level. Bond bails up his opponent. Ball taken to the ground. There'll be a stoppage. So scrappy encounter. Probably 4 or 5 stoppages in the opening few minutes, as they haven't actually set the time on the scoreboard off yet. So they'll need to address that. Going blind as to how long we've been playing here. So if someone gets onto that. There's Redan with ball in hand. Fine Bell. Defensive side of centre wing goes along the line. Towards half forward. Brett in front. Takes a nice mark in front of Lamb. Can play on and go to Ward, but he goes short by foot. The kick's okay to Cadman. Proppy on foot, and then gave time for Jess to come over and affect the smother. It was good play there by Jess. Ball fell in the hands of Harvey. Good vision. Left-hand hand pass to Chris G. and Polo Short kick's okay. On half forward. It's Matthews. He's told to go. Goes long to the top of the square. George the target at the back. Beautiful grab. And Lockie George has taken the mark. 45-degree angle. Read that beautifully. All class. One grab over the top. And he'll go back and have a shot on goal. So while they're a couple of minutes behind on that time on the scoreboard, Lockie George will have a shot on goal. Distance won't be a problem, neither will accuracy. First goal of the afternoon to the Lions. Just the start they wanted. George has the opening goal of the game. Redan 1-1-7 lead Darley yet to score. Might have taken a couple of sleeping tablets in that timekeeper's box there. It's a bit of a belated start there. So while it does say 1 minute, they've probably been playing the best part of 7 or 8. But nonetheless, they've got the scoreboard right. And I can tell you it's 1-1-7 Redan. That goal to Lockie George, a noted goal kicker. He's deep forward this afternoon at the moment. There's the ball up. Tap one by Matt, knocked on by Bond. Could have been a free kick to Harvey there for Redan, but the umpire called play on. Good work at ground level. Chance here for Madden to send the ball into attack. Bell across the body. Don't tell me. What's the goal umpire going to say? One behind. So 1 goal to 8. Redan lead Darley yet to score. Been playing about 7 minutes in this opening term as Darley captain Shane Page will bring the ball back into play. And he'll come social club side of the ground towards half-back. Cadman the target. Sets himself the youngster on debut. Could have almost been paid the mark. The umpire let it go. Combining by hand was good. Brett got it to Cadman. I speak of Joel. Tumbling right foot kick. It falls over the back. Will it sit here for Johnston? Gets onto his, back onto the left. Snap across the body. Went right across the face of goal. Missed everything at the end. Might have been out of bounds on the full. Aaron kicked there from the youngster. He wasn't that far out from goal, really. Sure, the angle was acute, but off the side of the left boot, missed everything. Was Madden now by foot, goes to the outer side. To Atchison, he goes short, kicks okay to Matthews. Right foot kick towards the outer side centre wing. The kick's okay. Good, excellent running there by the youngster there. Atchison goes by the left boot, high kick. Goes in the direction of there at Aberdeen. Brett the Flyer couldn't take the mark. Bewley at ground level just hacks the ball to centre half forward. But the ball's been cut off and it comes back as quick as it went in. It's all Redan here on the commentary side centre wing. Harvey. He had half a dozen options, just squares the kick, it's okay. To true centre wing, social club side of the ground. Aberdeen with ball in hand goes short to Madden. Had a couple of good touches early. Right foot kick out wide goes into the Murphy direction who marks in front of Azzaparty. So Murphy, one of a few players donning the long sleeves this afternoon. Jess, another one of those. McLean. So Murphy goes by foot and the mark's been cut off. And a nice mark taken there by Matthew Brett, who switches play to the broadcast pocket. Page takes the mark. Excellent user by foot. Finds Bewley. Bounced 60 metres out from the Redan goal. Bewley weighs up the options. Goes backwards. Page forced to go back and mark with the sun in his eyes, but makes no mistake. Forced to go short again, and Brett had to stretch. But was up to the task and took the mark. Right foot kick gets beyond half-back. Spiteri can take a nice mark on the chest. Devils out of trouble here at the moment. Redan 8, Devils yet to score. Right foot kick goes along the line to half forward. Players set themselves. There's a nice mark there to the Devils. They go short to Baker. Attacking side of centre wing, outer side of the ground. Too far out to score. Goes out wide towards right. Couldn't quite take the mark. It went through his hands. Doing the mopping up there is Redan through Jenkins. His kick goes towards Baker, who's there first for the Devils ahead of Murphy. Searching hand pass was okay. Brett's been terrific early. Right foot kick to half forward. The mark's been taken there by Fenton. Wastes no time. Plays on. Handball to Baker. Goes searching with the kick. Ball gets knocked out of the hands of Cadman. Speak of Aaron on that occasion. McLean wasn't clean enough at ground level. Spiteri would have caught one over the shoulder, you'd think. No, of course not. There'll be a ball up. 40 metres out from the Darley goal. 1 goal to 8 Redan. Lead Darley yet to score. Lockie George with the goal. Ball at ground level out of the congestion. Now it's Redan who need to defend through Matthews. They get the ball towards the into that direction of Giampolo as they combine by hand. Excellent work here by McLean, who took a running bounce and went for another. Nearly got caught in the end. Taken to the ground, ball spills free, but Redan running forward to the ball. Excellent gather there by Brett. He was terrific. But a bit of turnover opportunity. So they've got numbers here through Chris Giampolo. Breaks the tackle. Hand pass put his teammate under the pump. He went searching by hand to the boundary line. I speak of Lamb as the ball gets set forward. 1-on-1. Leonard and George. Leonard did terrifically with the spoil, but waiting at ground level was Harvey. Kick across the body. He's put it through. Harvey's got the second goal for Redan, and they're 2-2-14. They lead Darley yet to score. Well, Darren Leonard did everything right in that one-on-one there with Lockie George to get the ball to ground. And at ground level, there were 2 or 3 Darley defenders, but the spoil just found its way into the hands of Harvey, who's just waiting at ground level and kicked truly across the body. for Redan's second. Ominous signs for the Devils early. Redan 14, lead Darley yet to score. Here's the ball up. Tap one by Madden. Baker at ground level's been busy. Decides to go to the socket of the outer side centre wing. Chance here for Cadman. He's going to get a free kick here. Plays on by hand to Page. Right in the middle of the ground. Searching. Long. Right foot kick. Went in the direction of right. He couldn't quite take the mark. Ball spills free. And it's going to go through for a rush behind. Might have been the youngster there, Aaron Cadman, on debut, getting his first score. So Darley are on the board, albeit minor. They're 1 point. They trail Redan 14. 13-point margin. Been playing about 15 minutes in this opening term. Kick in from defence from Jenkins was okay. Left foot kick goes in the direction of Bell, who's worked up, took the mark in front of Beecham. So he can weigh up the options now. Goes for the right foot kick towards centre wing. Spoil at the back was good by Fenton. And then he ended up marking his own spoil in the end, so the umpire was forced to pay that. He plays on by hand to Young, donning the blue boots this afternoon. High kick into the Coots Major direction. Couldn't take the mark. Then was dispossessed, but the umpire said, dangerous tackle. And Coots Major will take the free kick. Probably a little lucky there. On half forward, squaring kick, goes out wide, and there's pushing up the ground, Joel Cadman, who's taken a nice overhead mark, read it beautifully, and he'll go back and have a shot on goal. 40 metres out, directly in front. Had a good year, Cadman. In fact, it's been a good year for the Cadman family with 3 representatives this year. Of course, Duncan not playing this afternoon. Aaron on debut, and now Joel, who's had a purple patch of form over the last month, will go back and have a shot. Leans back on the kick, makes no mistake, and the Devils have hit the scoreboard on the major front. They're 1 goal, 1-7 now. They trail Redan 2 goals to 14. Cadman with the first goal for the Devils on a sunny afternoon here at City Oval. Goal each to Lockie George and Alex Harvey for Redan. Needless to say, we're a voice down here this afternoon. Fridge in sick bay, and Blake Colley got the late call up to do the stats. So bear with me this afternoon. There's the ball up. Back in the middle of the ground after that goal to Cadman. Well, it's sit for Young. He ran past it in the end, the youngster. Chance here for Fitzgibbon. He's tackled, taken to the ground. Pressure's gone up a little bit. Devils with a bit of confidence after that opening goal that took them the best part of 13 minutes to achieve, despite the fact the scoreboard says 9 minutes. There's the ball up. All just spits out towards half forward here for Redan. There's a bit of a stacks on the middle. Bailey Young's one of those. It's hard to mistake those pale blue boots. On half forward, Madden, Fenton. Give it to Fenton. Got it to Baker. He had the ball knocked free. Oh, that's an excellent tap on there by Page. He got it to Baker, who got the ball towards in the attacking side of centre wing. It's all Redan, though. They've got numbers back. Support is good. And on half back, it looks like Giampolo with ball in hand. The umpire's blown the whistle. What's going to happen here? It's one of those moments where we're not really sure what's going on. It might be the pressure of the football. And I speak of the air pressure. So they're going to swap the footy over. 2-2-14 Redan. Lead Darley 1 goal, 1-7. Ball on half back here for the Lions. Hoping for a percentage booster of sorts this afternoon. There's no excuses this afternoon. It's good track weather, fine, beautiful conditions for football. Giampolo goes for the right boot to the outer side centre wing. The mark looks to be taken there by Murphy. Just inside the boundary line in front of the coach's box. You don't want to drop those as he gets towards half forward. Poor kick cut off by Page. We've said that a few times over the last few years. 2-time best and fairest winner. Back to back at that as Page goes short. Finds as a party on half back. Gave it as Patiri. Low kick, dumped as he kicked. But the mark's been taken there by Johnston anyway. Was paid down the ground. Confidence chest mark for Johnston. His right foot kicks poor. Banner made a bit of a meal of it. Right, so did Wright. Dropped it as soon as he got it, but his follow-up tackle work was good. But the umpire says, I'll have it. And he'll ball it up. About 15, 20 metres out. An opportunity there for the youngster, Wright, but just wasn't clean in the crucial. It'll be a baller. Plenty more opportunities for the young fella, no doubt. And there's a dozen or so players around the ball, and the umpire will come in and effect a ball up. So Redan kicked the first 2 goals of the game through Lockie George and Alex Harvey, while Joel Cabin has Darley's only goal. Coos Major does the tap work there. Ball gets squirted out by foot. That's an excellent gather below the knees by Lockie George, but his kick was poor, let him down, and found Bailey Young right in the middle of the ground, who'll bring the ball back into attack for the Devils. Goes short with the kick. 2 Redan defenders just spoiled each other in the end. Might be Fitzgibbon there, who's tackled, pinged, and the umpire said holding the ball. Not a lot of pride there for Fitzgibbon as he kick from Azzapardi's high to the top of the square. There could be a mark here. The umpire's paid it. And the mark's been taken there by Cadman. And I speak of Aaron on debut. And the youngster could go back and match his brother, who had the opening goal of the game from an overhead mark. Left foot, no mistake, goal. Devils in from everywhere to salute the youngster who kicks his first goal in senior footy. And I tell you what, it didn't take that long. Excellent grab there. Would have been a terrific grab by any player, let alone a man on debut. Darley get their second. Darley now 2-1-13. Confidence up with their last 2. And the Cadmans, well, might have been the crack of a Carlton draft. I could hear in the grandstands there. A bit of a salute from the father. Excellent start. Darley 2-1-13. Trail Redan 2-2-14. East Point have the opening goal against Melton South. They lead 1 goal. Melton South yet to score. Back in the middle of the ground here. Game's evened up. Redan 14 lead Darley 13. Coots Major in the ruck. And we'll give that tap to Redan. Here's an opportunity for them. Oh, that was clever by Craig Peters. Left foot kicks, a searching one. Went direction of Bell. Beecham got his hand on it. But Spell fell in the hands of Bell. Got it to Lamb. Kept the kick low. Goes in the George direction. And he takes a nice overhead mark. He'll go back and have a shot on goal from very near the identical position that he kicked his first. So George never out of the game. Dangerous when he goes forward. Dangerous through the midfield. An opportunity to make up for that turnover that Bailey Young marked in the middle of the ground here. Let's see how George goes. Kicks on its way. It's bending back. It's hit the post. So a bit of a let-off there from Redan for the Devils. But they extend, albeit, to a 2-point advantage here. They're 2-3-15 Redan. They lead Darley 2-1-13. So Page, off he goes by foot. Kicks okay. Out wide towards Fenton, who took a mark just inside the defensive 50. Drew Locke runs around him, the second gamer, but Fenton has to concede by hand. Scrappy, ordinary football here. Turnover opportunity here for Redan. Left foot kick across the body. Oh, there's a let-off there for the Devils. Geez, Fenton made a meal of that. Just decided to play on. Tried to run around the man on the mark. That's unlike a ruckman. And just nearly ran straight into his opponent and was forced to concede ground by hand and just went straight to a Redan bloke as Page decides to come commentary side this time. Mark's been taken there by Matthew Brett. Squaring kick. Ward dropped what he should have taken. He's told to play on now. Concedes by hand to Cadman. Does the bobbing up. He got it to Brett. Kick was skew whiff off the side of the boot. Not the best passage of play you'd want to see back in review there by the Devils. And the free kick will go to Waterbury. He's been having a not recent run of good form. So he's on true centre wing, right in front of us here. We'll go with the right boot. We'll get to the attacking 50. Away on the target, couldn't quite take the mark. Ball at ground level. Atchison got it to Craig Peters. Wants to get onto that left, does. Got around Fenton. Squaring kick to the top of the goal face. Excellent ball there by Locke. Fell into the hands of Baker, who caught one over the shoulder. And he'll get a free kick. So Baker, just a little gingerly getting up, will go short to a fellow left footer. And I speak of Drew Locke. He can go back to Baker. Poor kick. Oh no, here's an opportunity here for Redan. Kick over the head. There's a turnover and Bond has kicked the goal. Well, it's been an ordinary 3 minutes of ball in hand from the Devils. They made a meal of that. And Bond just said, thanks very much. Ran in and kicked a pretty easy goal. In the end, it's their own worst enemy in the last couple of minutes, the Devils. Redan now 3-4-22. Lead Darley 2-1-13. Bond has his first. George and Harvey have the other two. Whilst for Darley, it's the Cadman duo in Joel and Aaron with a goal apiece. 9-point lead to Redan. There's the ball up. Opportunity here for Inglis, who couldn't quite gather. Bond, the last goal kicker of the game, kicked the ball straight up in the air and somehow he ended up with the ball again and kicked the ball forward. Chance here, don't tell me. Low right foot kick, goes in the direction of George. He could have been handled. The umpire called play on, goes for the kick off the ground. Couldn't gain any ascendancy here. The Devils have got numbers if they're clever. Ward just throws the ball onto the boot and hacks it towards half back. It's been cut off there by Madden. Too far out to score, the big fella, you'd think. So weigh up the options. And he'll go out to the wide pocket. George, the target, couldn't quite take the mark. Good spoil there. But off hands, falls into the hands of McLean, is it? And he has a shot on goal and he's put it through. Wow, it's just a bit of a mess down back here for the Devils at the moment as Redan get their fourth of the afternoon. McLean gets his first. And Redan now 4-4-28. Lead Darley 2-1-13. We've been playing about 22 minutes in this opening term. Scores around the grounds. Sunbury 15 lead Bacchus Marsh 13. Melton 19 lead Lake Windermere 7. Sebastopol 1 point trail Ballarat 24. And East Point 25 lead Melton South 1. All up in the middle of the ground. Bond's had a couple of good minutes for Redan. He's tackled, dispossessed, ball spills free. Now it's Redan with the confidence. Amazing what a couple of goals does. Quick hands there from Spiteri. Got it towards Inglis. It was Banner, in fact, who got it to Inglis. His right foot kick went about 15 metres, really, in the end, to a scrimmage of players. And the umpire will come in and effect a ball up. Attacking side of centre wing, Social Club side of the ground here at City Oval under perfect blue skies. Chance of Baker, who went without at the end. Madden with strength, just threw the ball onto the boot. Bewley's running onto the football here. Will need some protection. Didn't get any. But somehow Brett, with vision, found Ward. He can go over the top now towards Azzopardi. He can run his measure. Let's see how the kick is. It looks pretty good. Johnson on the lead. Takes it. Too far out to score. About 60 out. Goes low with the right boot. Goes in direction there of Joel Cadman. Made it very difficult for him. Bit of a grass cutter kick of sorts. Cannoned into Joel Cadman's shins and rolled over the line for a boundary throw-in. 25 metres around from the Darley goal. 28 Redan, lead Darley 13. There's the throw-in. Tap one by Johnson. Now Banner doing the sharking. Quick hands. Couldn't really gain any advantage. Players in from everywhere. The umpire's going to blow the whistle and say, I'll have it. And he'll ball it up. 48 metres out from the Darley goal. There's the ball up. Tap one by Redan. At ground level is as a party over the football, but the umpire's going to come in and effect the ball up. So back-to-back goals to Redan early, and then Darley matched that, and Redan have got the last two. Banner out of the scrimmage, just missed his foot in the end. It's good tackle pressure there from the Devils by Coots Major, but he's given away a free kick in the process. Might be Aberdeen there, is it? With ball in hand. So he'll weigh up the options from the defensive 50 for the Lions. He'll go short. Kicks okay. Finds Jess. On half back. Plays on high. Right foot kick. Slow kick, but it was okay in the end. Waterbury took the mark. He's got a vacant half-back flanker there. He can just run onto the footy. I speak of Jenkins. Right foot kick. That's an absolute beauty. It was too good for McLean, though. Dropped the chest mark. Ball spilled free to Bewley. Long right foot kick towards half forward. At the back, will it sit for Johnson at will? Needs to be good by foot. Decides to go along the ground with the outside of the boot. And he's put it through. Johnson's got a goal. The Devils have got their third and they're back within 9 points here at City Oval. Redan 4-4-28. They lead Darley 3-1-19. Wow. Very happy there. The youngster there in Johnson showed a bit of composure beyond his years to finish that. Did some good work. And that was just terrific play by Jenkins by foot. Half back to half forward. Found the clean laces out. All he had to do, chest mark, and he wasn't. Away went the footy. Resultant goal turnover. Out of the middle now. Here goes Redan through Bond, but the umpire's picked out a free kick here. It's going to go to Craig Peters. Onto the left. He's had 6 or 7 possessions already. Left foot kick goes out in direction of George. Page was in front, went to ground. Chance here on the outskirts for Fitzsimmons. He's got Bell to his left. He decides to go by foot. High up and under kick. Mark will be paid here. Ball just hits the deck. Chance for Lamb. Goes a kick across the body. Won't get the distance. George sets himself. At the back there's Leonard Harvey in the goal square. Leonard was terrific. You want to be quick there, Matthew Brett. Right foot kick. Not out of trouble yet, the Devils. They want to be clean here. Players in from everywhere. Bell by hand. It's about 20 metres away from the Redan goal as Page gets the hand pass over towards Beecham and went further afield to Young, who was terrific. Had to go by hand there as he was tackled. Lappin was dispossessed there for Redan as Madden just hacked the ball out wide towards the boundary line. And the players will be pretty happy that that's found its way over the line for a boundary throw-in. So 1-1 can take a breather here. 3-1-19 Darley trail Redan 4-4-28. Time on opening term. What a start for Ballarat. 31 leads Sebastopol 2 points. There's the boundary throwing. Tap one by Fenton. Got it to Baker. Left foot kick towards centre wing. Joel Cabin was terrific. Blind turn out of the congestion and got it towards Young, who went to Spiteri, who's dumped the long sleeve now for the shorter version. And his kick was average. Went over the line for a boundary throw-in, but territory in Darley's favour, albeit a couple of metres here. Attacking side of centre wing. A kick to the scoreboard end in this opening term, the Devils. Tap one by Madden. Chance here for Fitzgibbons. Just shrugs the tackle of Baker and gave it to Bond. Right foot kick inside 50. 1-on-1 here. George and Leonard. Good use of the body there from George. He took the mark. Protected the ball drop there and put the outstretched hands and took a mark on the chest. You wouldn't think distance would be a problem for this man here. He's kicked one goal. He kicked the opening goal of the game. Harvey, Bond and McLean have the other 3 goals. So George's third shot on goal. He hit the post with his second, and he's going to miss to the left with his third. So 1 goal, 2 for Lockie George. And Redan extend. They're 4-5-29. They lead Darley 3-1-19. So Page will bring the ball back into play. Runs his full measure. Might have run 20, in fact, but beyond half back. Chance here for Matthew Brett at ground level. Ball spills free. Young's covering some ground. Goes with the old-fashioned torp. Got plenty of it. Got it towards half forward. Bit of a 2-on-1 here. Johnson v a couple of Redan players, namely in Jess. And he's going to do well here and break even with the Redan defence. And there'll be a stoppage. There'll be a ball up 65 metres away from the Darley goal. 28 for Redan, lead Darley 19. There's the ball up. Ball spills free out towards Atchison. Close up against the boundary line. Ball is hand passed to Hopeful rather than anything else from Giampolo. Tackle was terrific there by Young from the Devils. Players in from everywhere. Whistle imminent. And there'll be a ball up. Half forward. Outer side of the ground here at City Oval for Darley. Redan 4-4-28. Lead Darley 3-1-19. Shouldn't be long left in this opening term. There's the ball up. Ball at ground level. Banner. Pressure. Good. Whistle. Stoppage. There'll be another ball up. Melton 27 lead Windaree, or Lake Windaree 7. Sunbury 22 lead back at Smash 15. There's the ball up. Chance here for Baker at ground level. Finally spills free into the hands of Banner, who went across the body. Joel Cameron got a terrible bounce, but he was up to the task. Sets out for the judge, and he's going to miss off to the left and miss everything. Out of bounds on the full. Gee, did well there. The agility from Cadman was terrific. The ball will come back into play. Through the lines, and Jesse goes out wide towards half-back. Players set themselves, might have been Madden there, the big fella in front who couldn't quite take the mark. Ball spills free, chance here for Fenton, just sort of went without it. Players in from everywhere. The umpire says, I'll have it. And there'll be a ball up. 49 metres out from the Darley goal. They trail by 9 points. 4-4 plays 3-1. Ball up. Ball spills free. Redan got numbers through Atchison. Left foot kick goes out wide towards Bell, but he's taken the mark in front of Tanner. So Bell with ball in hand. Goes along the line. George has got 2 to beat. Players set themselves. Big thump there was good from Leonard. Knocked it about 15 metres back the Devils' way. As the siren sounds for quarter time here at City Oval. Redan 4-4-28. Lead Darley 3-1-19. It's a 9-point advantage to the Lions. As we go into the first break, we'll have a look at the goal scorers this afternoon. For Redan, Harvey, George, Bond and McLean each have 1.
66.
Discover your community on Apple 98.5 FM.
Welcome back for the second quarter action here at City Oval. It's Redan 29 who lead Darley 19. Redan to kick to the scoreboard end in the second turn. There's the ball up. Sunny skies overhead. We'll give that tap to Madden. It was terrific. Right foot kick out of the congestion from Cooper Pete. He's reading it beautifully. There was Matthew Brett. Been good in the opening term. Short kick's okay. Finds Ward. Donning a helmet this afternoon, Ward, as he runs away and goes by hand down towards Azapart. He needs to be quick now by hand. He nearly ran his full measure. Got the ball back. Good run and carry there. Right foot kick, tumbling one at that. Went in the Johnson direction. Gathered cleanly. Hand pass went in the Ward direction towards Banner, but it was pretty poor in the end. Intentions were good. And Redan get out of trouble. Might have been Waterbury. Got it to Atchison, who hand passed it over the top towards Harvey. Broke the tackle of Aaron Cabin. Gave it back towards Atchison. His left foot kick's terrific. Finds Fitzgibbon. Runs towards 30. Shot on goal. And he's put it through. Just what Redan would have wanted in the opening minute of this second term. So they move to 5-5-35. They lead Darley 3-1-19. And Fitzgibbon becomes the 5th individual goal kicker this afternoon for Redan. 35, Redan lead Darley 19. Ballarat leads Sebastopol by 41. How about that? Ball up in the middle of the ground. Fenton and Madden. Fenton won that tap. Chance here at ground level. Craig Peters over the top when searching for Matthews. Umpire's picked out a free kick here. It's going to go to Redan. It's going to go to Matthews. Right in the middle of the ground. Right foot kick. Shallow entry. Brett sets himself, missed it in the end. Quick hands from McLean. Was hopeful rather than anything else. It was pretty poor. Chance here for the big fella there in Tanner, who's tackled, dispossessed, and holding the ball, says the umpire. And it's going to go against Tanner. Pleading with the umpire. And the free kick will go to the Lions. And they'll have a shot on goal, and it's Bell with ball in hand. And he'll have a shot from about 50. So good start here for the Lions as Bell sets sail for the judge, and he'll go off to the right and through for a minor score. So a let off there for Darley. Redan 5-6 now. Darley 3-1. Ball comes back into play. Kick is good. Ball goes further afield over towards beyond the defensive 50. It's been cut off. And Redan are going to send the ball back into attack by the right boot. Ball goes in the direction of the youngster, but he couldn't gather. Sharking the ball well there was Cadman. Just threw the ball onto the boot. Got the Devils out of trouble. It's on about outer side centre wing. The ball's a mile away from us here. There's an excellent kick forward for Redan, and the mark's been taken there by McLean. Too far out to score. Centering kick. Goes in the direction there of Aberdeen. He couldn't quite take the mark. Chance here for Cadman. Hurried left foot kick. Gets beyond the middle of the ground. And there's barely a player inside in Darley's forward half as Johnson gathers. And he's taken to the ground. But he's been awarded the free kick there. The youngster plays on by hand who has a party. Can he go in the right direction? Can he take it? Grab the youngster. Nearly hung onto it. Ball spills free. Hits the deck. And Redan get out of trouble with a hurried right foot kick. And finds Fitzgibbon. He's been good. So he has ball in hand now. He'll weigh up the options. He'll go short. The mark's been taken there by Lappin, who caught one for his trouble there. And lucky to get away with it up there, the Devils, as Lappin went to deck and went to ground there. And with ball in hand, he'll go short. Searching lead there from McLean, but at the back there was Beecham. Umpire called play on there. Thought he took the mark. Hands through traffic there were good there from Bewley. Good vision. How will it sit? Oh, terrific there work there by Joel Cadman. He can play this kid. Right foot kick goes into the right direction. Could have been held, but the umpire called play on. Falls into the hands there of Cadman. Through a high left foot kick up into the air. But it's only travelled just the required distance, only as far as Atchison. Been good on the wing. Plays on. Left foot kick's okay towards Lappin. You go over the top towards Waterbury. Right foot kick to the outer side, centre wing's good. Goes into the Giampolo direction. I speak of Chris, onto the left boot to half forward. The mark's been taken there by Lamb in the shiny pink boots. Right foot kick goes in the Bell direction, and he takes the mark. So Bell, 49 metres out, keeps the kick low, goes into George direction. You can't do anything about that. And he comes out and takes a nice mark on the chest. And we'll go back and have a shot on goal for an opportunity. And he's second for the afternoon. Good coast-to-coast stuff there from Redan. Just efficiency by foot makes a hell of a difference. George's kick's on its way. Off to the left. He has 1 goal 3 now, George. Let off there for the Devils. 5-7-37 Redan. You're really putting the pedal to the floor now. They're really starting to ask questions of Darley as the ball comes back into play. Target there was Brett. The kick's okay. She marks just inside the boundary line. Kick was measured beautifully by Page. Brett goes short. Kick's okay. Bewley's up for it. Takes the mark on the chest. In front of Thompson. So Bewley weighing up the options. Redan seem to have numbers, but he'll have no alternative but to go short. And Harley Inglis fell over. He's fellow number 13, McLean, sent a left foot kick inside 50. Chance here for Harvey, kept his feet. Now he can go with the outside of the boot. Deep into attack, and the mark's been taken there by George. Plays on, left foot kick around the body, and he's put it through. Redan get their 6th. George gets his 2nd. And it was just very unfortunate that Bewley just took an entirety to get rid of the footy, and his left foot kick, his short right foot kick went in the English direction. He just fell over, really. Might have just had a bit of a stub with the foot in the ground. Didn't look good, I tell you that. Redan get their 6th now. They extend to a 24-point advantage. 8.5 minutes gone in this second term. George has 2 goals 3. Looking dangerous. Redan wanting to hit the scoreboard this afternoon in the absence of Isaac Grant. Of course, Dean Chester played in the earlier game. Here's the ball up. Fenton against Madden. Ball at ground level. Chance here for McLean. Another clearance here for Redan. They go forward. Reading it well there was Brett. Kept them in the game. Right foot kicked out of side centre wing. Foot race on in earnest. Will it sit for Inglis? Oh, well, it doesn't. It was just stolen in the end. There was excellent play there by Redan, and it was through the agency of Craig Peters, who got the ball towards half forward. Umpires picked out a free kick here. It's going to go for a throw. It's going to go Darley's way. And that's going to go to Baker. So Luther Baker with ball in hand. Redan with the opening 2 goals of this second term, as they did in the first term, as Baker goes along the line. Direction there of Cadman, but it's Cooper Craig Peters with ball in hand. Goes short, kicks okay to Jenkins. You can weigh up the options. Switch play. Comes out wide there towards Jess, who marks on the defensive 50. there's any bonus for the Devils, they've conceded ground by foot the last 3 disposals. Waterbury dropped what he should have taken, was then tackled by Johnson, but shrugged that off, got the ball back to Jess, and composure by foot was good. And it found short onto the left boot towards half forward. Chance here for McLean, keeps the ball low, goes into the dangerous George direction. Good use of the body there by Leonard, off hands over the line for a boundary throw in. So Redan 6-7-43. Lead Darley 3-1-19. Yet to add to their quarter time tally, the Devils. Whilst Redan have added 2 goals too. There's the throw in, tap one by Brett, just dropped at his feet, hoping it'd sit for Baker. Could have been held without it. The umpire called play on. Opportunity here for Redan at ground level. Umpire says holding the ball. Free kick's going to go to the Devils. They're going to get out of trouble. As the glare plays a part here. Right foot kick from Leonard. Good. To Matthew Brett. Can go along the line again towards Mitch Ward. Has to run back with the fly to the footy. How will it sit for him? Right, ball bounce fell into the hands of Thompson. There's going to be a turnover here. And the ball's going to go back into attack. Players set themselves and they couldn't take the mark. Ball at ground level. Oh, copping a high one. There's a free kick going to go against Baker. And the free kick's going to go to Redan. They're going to go back and have a shot on goal here. Clear head-eye tackle there. Just got him flush, and it's going to be Harvey, who's looked lively and dangerous inside 50 for Redan this afternoon. So Harvey has one. Shouldn't have much problem with this. 25 metres out from goal. Slight angle. Leans back on the kick. And makes no mistake, Harvey's got his second of the afternoon. And Redan extend. They kick their 3rd goal of the term to 7-7-49. They lead Darley 3-1-19. So Harvey has 2 now, as does George. 1 each to Fitzgibbon, Bond, and McLean. Whilst for the Darley side, Aaron Cadman and Joel Cadman have 1 apiece, Will Johnson the other. Ominous signs for the Devils. 10 minutes gone in his second term. Redan have added 3 goals, 2 for the quarter. Darley yet to trouble the scorers, but managed 3-1 in that opening term as Fenton goes crashing through, dispossessed. Spiteri at ground level, plays in from everywhere. And the umpire will come in and ball it up. On a sunny centre circle here at City Oval. Sunbury lead back at Smash by 2 points. There's the ball up. Chance here for Craig Peters. Goes crashing through, bailed up by Inglis. Sockers the ball to an outer side centre wing. Foot race on in earnest here. Chance for Atchison on the left boot. Left foot kick goes out wide towards Lamb. Will it sit for him? It won't. And Ward sees it over the line for a boundary throw-in. So a 10-point quarter-time lead has been extended to a game-high 30 here. 11 minutes into this second term here at City Oval. Spring-like conditions here at City Oval. There's the boundary throw-in. Hot footy on in, up for grabs there as players in from everywhere, and the umpire will do the right thing. He'll blow the whistle and effect the ball up 45 metres away from the Redan goal. There's the ball up. Players set themselves. Fenton won that tap, went searching for Baker. Ball eluded him. Follow-up work was good with the tackle. The umpire put whistle him out, didn't blow it, just decided to call play on. Ball at ground level. Players in from everywhere, and there'll be a repeat stoppage. So a scrappy couple of minutes. Redan holds sway here at City Oval. They lead by 30 points. 12 minutes gone second term. The ball up. We'll give that tap to Lamb, who fought that one. Got it towards Bond. A couple of blokes sort of donning a very similar haircuts here this afternoon. Ball gives a high one towards half forward. There's a nice mark taken there by Murphy. On half forward there for Redan. Took to mark in front of Beecham. And Murphy will weigh up the options. You'd think George will be the target. He goes out there in that direction. He had 2 to beat. Off hands over the line for a boundary throw-in. So a win for the Devils there. 25 metres around from the Redan goal. They trail by 30 points. Darley after trailing by 10 at quarter time. Be a boundary throw-in. Doing the ruck work will be Fenton. And Lamb goes over both of their heads. Umpire calls play on. Kick across the body there from George. Goes deep into attack. It won't be a score. Bounces just inside the boundary line. And finally travels over. There'll be a throw in. About 15 metres around from the Redan goal, who continue to press in this second term. They've added 3 goals to Darley's no score in the second quarter. There's the throw in. Who's at ground level here? Looks like Craig Peters could have been held without it, or Cooper Peters. Ball at ground level here. Chance here for Locke, who applies the heavy tackle. It's good pressure there from he and Azapati to deny Aberdeen rite of passage away from the congestion. There's the ball up. Tap one by Lamb. Terrific work. Soccer off the ground, got to the top of the square. There's going to be another soccer here, but it's going to be rushed through for a minor score. Very crowded down there in the goal square. Minor score to Redan. They're 7-8-50. They lead Darley 3-1-19. Ball comes back into play to Ward, who ran towards half-back. Got his kick away just in time. And waiting at the back there was Coots Major. He knocked the ball forward, only as far as Matthews. His high left foot kick goes forward. And the umpire's paid the mark there. It's going to go. Might be Harvey out there. He can go short by foot. Inboard looking there towards Lappin. It's a poor kick. The mark's been taken there by Inglis. 50-metre penalty. So that'll help Harley. That'll take him to the best part of half forward, you'd think, but sometimes buying real estate off some of these boys in green, he can be a little bit short change, but that one was spot on as Inglis goes out wide towards right, and he comes out and takes a nice mark on the chest. And he's about 45 metres out from goal, the youngster, in his second game of senior footy. So he'll weigh up the options, and he'll kick from outside 50. Not a bad kick to the top of the square. Redan got numbers, plays in front, nearly a mark there to Cadman. Lappin did the mopping up by hand, got it to Murphy, and he combined by foot and found McLean. From just about the same spot as Wright took that shot on goal. So McLean, been busy. Left foot kick, keeps it low. Ball gets knocked free. Chance here for Aaron Cadman. Left foot chip kick over the top's okay. Perfectly weighted. Landed in the middle of 3 Redan players and running onto it was Banner. And Darley's leading goal kicker in season 2021. Banner, albeit 12, will go back and have a shot on goal for his first. And a chance to impact the scoreboard. Banner's kick hits the post, if you don't mind. Little unlucky there, Banner. It was a nice execution of the drop punt. Slightly ill-directed. 3-2-20 now, Darley. Trail Redan 7-8-50. Ball gets speared back into the play from Jenkins. It was good. He found Giampolo. And goes short again by foot to Atchison. Marks on the chest. Plays on. Runs away. Goes by hand. Towards the youngster there in Lappin. Got the ball towards half forward, but Darren Leonard has ball now in hand for the Devils, and he'll get him out of trouble. Goes to the outer side towards half back. The kick's okay, and Coots Major marks the footy. Just inside the boundary line now. So he'll concede some ground here. By foot. Kick's okay. Might be Beecham with ball in hand now. Right foot kick. Goes to the outer side. Centering the fly. Terrific mark at the back there for the Devils, if you don't mind. Being taken there by Young. What a grab there from the youngster. Right foot kick goes towards half forward. Players set themselves. Chance here for Aaron Cabin. All-class blind turn. Hair pass over the top to Inglis from 50. Goes in direction of there at Banner. But too much on the kick. And waiting at the back doing all the tidying up there will be Fitzgibbons. He's going to concede a point here. That's going to be a free kick to Darley. No? Somehow there wasn't enough pressure there. I don't know what's going on there. The central umpires let it go. So anyway, the ball came back into play on Darley's attacking 50. Jenkins gets tripped and he'll get a free kick. How on earth was that not a free kick to Darley for a deliberate forcing of the behind? I'll have to get my eyes and ears checked as the ball goes along the line. The kick's okay. What's going on here? So that's going to be a free kick against Joel Cadman at half forward for Redan. So the ball will go forward 50 metres, and there's 50 metres on top of that. So Joel's going to go off the ground for a little bit of a spell. And now, somehow, the ball is 20 metres out from the Redan goal, and now they're going to have a shot directly in front. So Fitzgibbon, who rushed the behind just moments ago, now has a shot on goal a minute later to kick his second of the afternoon. Kicks on its way, makes no mistake. Redan get there 8th and they extend. 8-8-56 Redan lead Darley 3-3-21. It's a 35-point lead to the Lions. Let's go round the grounds. We'll just update those scores. East Point 62 lead Melton South 25. Ballarat 55 lead Sebastopol 14. Melton 29 lead Lake Windaree 15. And Sunbury 29 lead Bacchus Marsh 27. So Fitzgibbon now has 2. Yeah, it was an extraordinary couple of minutes of play there. Back in the middle of the ground here at City Oval. There's the ball up. We'll give that tap to Madden at ground level. Chance here for Cadman. It was dispossessed. It might have been Spiteri. Ball gets hurried forward into the Devils inside there, 50. Chance here at ground level for Inglis. Gave it over to hands to Spiteri. Kick across the body. Jenkins got an unfavourable bounce. Reading it beautifully there was Coots Major, and he's put it through. Quick response there by the Devils. 4-3-27 Darley. Trail Redan 8-8-56. Now it's back to 29 points. Don't know what to make of that, but there was a good response there from Darley. Because they could have dropped their heads after that, after missing that conceding, potential free kick in front of goal when Redan conceded, and then they went all the way up the other end with an advantage and a 50 and everything you don't want. But the response was quick. Into the ruck. Reggie King ends up with ball in hand. Quick hands was terrific. Got it to Young. Right foot kick to the attacking 50. Here's a chance for Brad Inglis. Keeps the ball low. Johnson on the lead. Comes out and takes the mark. Mark Andor chop of the arm. So Darley, through a combination of the youngsters there in Reggie King of the ruck, who got it to Young. We found Inglis, who kept the eyes low, and found another youngster there in Johnson. And you'll be hearing more of this fella's name over the years. Captain of the under-19s. Decent pre-season under his belt. He's going to be a handful going forward. Leans back on the kick. Straight over the goal umpire's head. Darley's got 2 in a minute here at City Oval. And we're back to a 23-point ball game. Darley 5-3-33. Trail Redan 8-8-56. Let's go round the grounds. Bacchus Marsh lead Sunbury by 10 points. The Cobras 39, Sunbury 29. Melton 41 lead Lake Windaree 16. Ballarat 10-1 if you don't mind. 61 lead Sebastopol 32. And East Point 68 lead Melton South 37. 23-point advantage to Redan here. King's tap nearly found Baker, who was running through the middle at speed. Could have been a free kick against George. And it's going to be paid. It's going to go to Bewley. And they'd want to give the ball back, or it'll be 50 metres there. Yep. Just in your own time there, Lockie. And it's Page, in fact, with ball in hand. He goes short and finds Cadman. I speak of Joel. Wheels onto the right boot. Johnson, the target. Sets himself in front. Couldn't take the mark. Ball at ground level. Kick across the body from Banner. Ball bouncing end on end and just misses off to the right for a minor score. Been a good couple of minutes for the Devils. 5-4-34 they are now. They trail Redan 8-8-56. Ball to come back into play. It's going to be Jenkins. Normally very good by foot out of the back line for Redan. Got plenty of purchase on the kick. Got it to the outer side centre wing. Brad English shrugs the tackle. Got it to Azapati. By hand to Leonard. Right foot kick towards half forward. Players set themselves. Neither can take the mark. Ball spills free. The umpire will come in and effect a ball up. On half forward for Darley. Outer side of the ground. They trail by 10 points at quarter time. They now trail by 22. They've kicked the last 2 goals of the game. And there'll be a repeat ball up on half forward out of sight of the ground for the Devils, right in front of their coach's box. Their 3rd trip in as many weeks to Ballarat. And winless, of course, in 2021 to date. The umpire's picked out a free kick. And it's going to go to Darley. It's going to go to the youngster there in King. Right foot kick, kicks it straight into the man on the mark. Not an ideal scenario there for the youngster. And there's Young now. He takes a nice diving mark on the attacking side of centre wing. What's he going to do? Tries to get around his opponent. He does. And a right foot kick goes in the Johnson direction at the back. He did everything but hang on to it in the end. And then he gave away a free kick. And Jess will get Redan out of trouble. Looking dangerous there, Johnson. He's going to have one of those patches of play where the ball will stick. He provides some aerial for the Devils forward. Chance here for Thompson. Tackle was good by Ward, but didn't hang on to him for long enough as Thompson ran away and just ran through a couple of tackles. Threw the ball onto the left boot. Bombed the target. Good ball there by Baker. Atchison could have been held. The umpire called play on. McLean went to ground as he was tackled by the umpire. He's taken the bait over the shoulder, he said. Squaring left foot kick. Goes in the direction of, might have been... that player there in Matthews, it was, in fact. He couldn't take the mark, but his follow-up work was excellent as Cooper Petey's got the ball out. Chance here for McLean. Left foot kick in the direction towards George. Going back, taking a courageous mark there for the Devils. Would have been Darren Leonard. Plays on by hand to Locke. Now Locke's left foot kicks low and errant and misses the target. He just fired that left boot like it was shot out of a cannon and gave Jack Bewley little or no hope at all of being able to keep that inside play. So there'll be a boundary throw-in. Redan into attack. There's the throw-in. Tap. Good use of the body there from Bell, but then all his good work became undone when he dropped the footy. Now he goes Page. Tumbling right foot kick. Didn't get much of it. It's been cut off by Waterbury. Goes into the middle of the ground. Finds Jenkins who can go over the top to Giampolo. Might be Harvey, in fact. Who can go short. Kicks okay. And finds Lamb. Right foot kick into attack. Oh, excellent work there by the Devils defence overhead. The mark's been taken there by Leonard. Been good this term. Right foot kick. Goes to the outer side back pocket. About 140 metres away from us here. Matthew Brett with ball in hand. Goes along the line. Right foot kick. It's the youngster there in Lappin who goes the Atchison, in fact it was, goes the thump over the line for a boundary throw-in. Oh no, free kick to Darley here somehow. They get the ball towards half-back. Now it's Cadman with ball in hand. Weighing up the options, can go short, finds Young. Got a little bit of space, elects to play on. Right foot kick, open forward line. Redan got numbers there though. Poor kick in the end. Although Young did move the ball quick, but there was just nothing there for the Devils. So Atchison, he's had an excellent opening half. Kick over the top towards Aberdeen. Had to get around the Azzopardi tackle. It was all too easy, but Azzopardi managed to retard the kick of Aberdeen. It's been cut off there by Brett. Squaring kick. All Inglis had to be good over that. I speak of Harley. He was up to it. Oh, that's a horrible kick. It's been cut off by McLean. Inglis just didn't get any purchase on that kick. Now McLean just chips it out in front of Lamb. Hamlet sit for him. Gets around the tackle. Can go onto the right boot. Kick across the body. You do it 1,000 times at training. And this time it's for a minor score off to the right. Bit of an anticlimax there. He just turned his opponent inside out. All on the back of that Harley Inglis kick. Went lateral in defence and just found McLean laces out with the chest, on the chest. 23-point advantage to Redan. They're 8-9-57. They lead Darley 5-4-34. 23-point lead to the home side. 27 minutes gone, second term. Page brings the ball back into play. Excellent by foot again. Finds Ward just inside the boundary line. Cadman presents, a speak of Aaron. But Ward decides to run his full measure onto the left. Oh, it was a horrible kick. And just went along the ground to a sea of Redan players. But the Devils got some reinforcements to square away that stoppage. And there'll be a ball up on half forward. Darley not out of trouble yet. Half forward, grandstand side of the ground. Redan lead by 23. Tap one by Fenton. Going through there was Baker. He tackled. Taken to the ground. What's the umpire going to do? He's going to ball it up. And Atchison in there, donning the dreads for Redan. Tap one by Fenton to Baker. Went crashing through. Got dispossessed. Chance here for Lamb. Look at the hairdressers around this area here for some of these blokes. You got Bond and Lamb and Atchison and Fitzgibbon and no Barber. There's the ball up. Chance here for McLean. Was dispossessed. Lucky to not get penalised there. Just sharking the ball there well was Aberdeen. Fell into the hands of Bond. Right foot kick inside 50. So players set themselves and it comes off hands over the line for a boundary throw-in. As the siren sounds for half-time here at City Oval. Redan 8-9-57 lead Darley 5 here at City Oval as Luther Baker stole the first clearance out of the middle. Left foot kick goes forward in the Aaron Cadman direction. He couldn't take the mark. Jess does the mopping up. Deliberate attempt has been paid by the umpire. If you don't ask, you don't get. And the Devils certainly remonstrating with the umpire, wanting a free kick, and they'll get that. Kick short's okay, finds Fenton. Now, Darley have conceded the opening 2 goals of the first and second terms. That is the difference in the game at the moment. As Fenton goes high, goes in the direction of Johnson, goes to ground, couldn't take the mark, plays in from everywhere. About 120 metres away from us here in the broadcast position, is it? Darley finally concede and give away a free kick. And it's going to go to Atchison. And the Redan's 150th year in operation. I did see where they get the inspiration for some of these haircuts. I had a look at the 1975 Premiership side there up on the wall in the bar at half-time. Needless to say, that's where some of these blokes have got their inspiration, albeit their hairstyles nonetheless, as the ball negotiates its way to the outer side centre wing. There'll be a boundary throw-in. No score added. We've been playing 1 minute into this third term. There's the throw-in. At the front there was Fenton. Knocked it at ground level. There was no one from Darley there. But the umpire's picked out a free kick. It's going to go to the Devils. Going to go to Young. He's a likely type. Got Ward all on his own in the middle if you can see him. But the sun's still streaming down here. Right foot kick to the attacking 50. Cadman the fly. Couldn't take it. I speak of Adman. Ball at ground level now. Good pressure there. Oh, excellent tackle there by Banner. Giampolo was lucky not to be penalised. Ball goes forward here for the Devils. Johnson the target. Kept his feet, but he's got a couple to beat. They're under pressure here, Redan. They search by hand past the Jenkins. Oh, that's dropping the ball. Umpire. He let it go. The Devils a bit stiff. Chance here for Inglis across the body to the top of the square. Players set themselves. Redan have got the numbers. Players in from everywhere. The umpire letting it go. Chance here for Banner. He's tackled, taken to the ground. The umpire says, I'll have it. And there'll be a ball up. Well, Devils with the all the play in the opening 2 minutes. Had it in their forward half. Deep in 50 here at the moment. Coots Major does the ruck work. Chance here for Spiteri. Shark shot on goal. Goes across the face. Bounces back and goes through and ends up over the line for a boundary throw-in. Jason to the behind post. Darley kick to the scoreboard. And in this third term. 57 plays 34. 10-point quarter-time lead became 23 at the main break. Boundary throwing. Coots Major does the ruck work. But running away. Excellent leg speed there by Redan. Oh, that's a good tackle. Umpire. What's he done there? He's just let it go. Turnover opportunity here. Onto the left boot goes Matthew Brett. Goes across the face and through for a minor score for the Devils. So it's going to come back. Umpire's picked out a free kick. It's going to go to Redan. And he's been some interesting ones this afternoon. So Craig Peters, or might have been Aberdeen actually, left foot kick goes to the outer side centre wing position. Players set themselves. Opportunity here at the back there for Page. Hurried right foot kick towards the attacking 50. Losing his footing there was Cadman. His pressure was okay on Giampolo. His clearing kick gets towards half back. Players set themselves. No mark taken. hurried. Right foot kick out of the congestion. Goes forward here for the Devils. They're pressing. Chance of Johnson could have been held without it. The umpire called play on. Close up against the boundary line. Players run out of space. And there'll be a boundary throw in. Darley pressing 25 metres away from their goal. Redan certainly got bang for buck with their time spent forward in the opening minutes of the second term. Darley trying to emulate that as Cadman wins that tap. But only as far as might have been Bond, actually. Excellent kick found Atchison, who had a very good first half, the youngster. Left foot kick goes out wide towards George. Kick just off the side of the boot there from the youngster. Finds touch, though, in a rugby sense. Over the line for a boundary throw-in. It's the first time the ball's gone past halfway for Redan in the opening 4 minutes of this third term. Boundary throw-in to take place. Fenton to do the ruck work. For Darley against Madden. Madden just knocked it at ground level. Chance here for Spiteri. Good tackle there by Atchison. Got his hand passed away towards Bewley. Oh, here's a risky kick there by Beecham across the half-back line, but as the party's up to it, takes a mark on the chest. Ended up a good kick by Beecham in the end. As the party goes with the right boot out in the Cadman direction. He's got Atchison in pursuit, but the youngster Cadman, the left foot kick gets towards half forward, close up against the boundary line. Redan forced to concede ground. Joel Cadman nearly stole it before it spilled free from his possession over the line for a boundary throw-in. 50 metres around from the Darley goal. Bacchus Marsh lead Sunbury by 5 points. Melton leads Lake Winderee by 32. There's the throw-in. It's on the attacking 50 here for Darley. Redan defenders just under the pump momentarily. They're certainly not shy of numbers in the back half at the moment. Crowded footy. 8-9-57 Redan. Darley 5-4-34. 5.5 minutes gone in this third term. Darley's going to have a shot on goal here. The umpire's picked out a free kick. And it's going to go to... might be King, actually. On debut. It's Cadman, actually. Leans back on the kick and it goes off to the left for a minor score. And normally eats those ones up there, Joel Cadman. But, yeah, he'll be disappointed with that result. And a let off there for Redan. And the margin is back to 21 points. True country footy style. We wait for the footy to be retrieved and returned, and Waterbury will bring the ball back into play for Redan. Normally those honours with Jenkins as he runs away. Waterbury runs his measure. Right foot kick goes beyond half back. Plenty of it. Players set themselves. No one can quite take the mark. Ball at ground level. Bit of a stacks on the mill. The umpire's picked out an opportunity here to blow the whistle, and there'll be a ball up on half forward. Outer side of the ground for Darley. Here's the ball up. Fenton doing the ruck work with Madden. Madden won that tap. Neither side can gain any ascendancy away from the stoppage. Here's a chance here for Atchison again on the left boot. Keeps it low, but reading it well there was Matthew Brett. We've said that a bit. I've said that a few times this afternoon. Right foot kick's good. Goes out wide in the direction of Ward, who was just checked there by George as Ward goes back and goes long. Just as he kicked, he's just dumped as he kicked. The kick was good, though. Bewley read it well read it best at the back and took a nice overhead mark. So from 50, Jack Bewley gets plenty of the kick. It's going to go off to the right. It's going to go through for a point, so didn't quite max out that opportunity there once again, Darley. And it's 5-6-36 now. They trail Redan 8-9-57. So 2 behinds to Darley in this opening 7.5 minutes. Kick in is okay. Marked there by Jenkins. He goes out wide to the pocket. Jess with ball in hand goes along the line. Kick's okay. Player, Redan go in board. Mark's been taken there by McLean, I think it is. A long way away from us here. Goes short. Goes in direction there at Coots. Might have been Page with a good spoil there. Ball at ground level. Players in from everywhere. Whistle imminent. There'll be a ball up. Outer side centre wing. Redan lead by 21. They led by as much as 33 during that second term. There's the ball up. Craig Peters was terrific there. Got the ball back and then onto the left boot, goes into attack to an open forward line. George the target, and he comes out and takes a mark on the chest in front of Darren Leonard. And Lockie George, who has 2 goals, 3 this afternoon, will go back and have a shot on goal. And for all that 8 minutes of pressing there, Darley, they could manage just the 2 behinds, and Redan's only forward 50 entry has a shot on goal here. This might be a bit of a stinger for the Devils if he can kick this one, George. Leans back on the kick. It's going to go across the face of goal and thump through for a minor score. So we'll call that a point for George. 2 goals, 4 for him. Ballarat leads Sebastopol by 21. East Point lead Melton South by 33. Locke brings the ball back into play. Darley players can raffle it. Cadman takes the mark in the end. Goes with the switch of play out wide towards Tanner. He sets himself and he takes the mark. Goes along the line. The kick's okay. Oh, well, in the end it was a turnover kick as Cooper Craig Peters came in and took an overhead mark. Went along the line towards half forward. Locke's leading in the race for the ball for the Devils. Chance here for Redan as they run towards 50. Right foot kick out into the George direction. He sets himself, couldn't quite take the mark. Ball at ground level. Page has got 2 to beat. He just tries to break the ball free as Redan. The reinforcements arrive. Wide left foot kick. Cadman's got to be tough here, he was. And then he took an overhead mark in front of Fitzsimmons. And that kick just lucky to travel the required distance in the end. So short left foot kick's okay from Cadman, who found Banner, who went short to Azapati. Had to be strong overhead there, he was. So he's on half back, looking for some movement. Where's he going to go? He's going to go short. It's okay to Cadman. Aaron with ball in hand. Likely type. Can kick it to his brother. Finds Joel. Small territory kick, though, but a weight of possession goes into the middle of the ground. The kick's okay. Matthew Brett just tells Aaron Cadman that I've got it. He takes the mark. Oh, Harley Inglis is going to be under the pump here as Harvey comes over the top. Got a spoil on the footy. Ball on half forward here. Baker applies the tackle. Oh, and he's been pinged. Free kick to Baker. Was a bit lucky there. The Devils runner-up in the best and fairest in 2019. Breakout season for him, really. 10th in the Henderson Medal. Left foot kick into attack. The fly. Johnson couldn't take the mark. Ball at ground level. Darley pressing. Jenkins by hand. Only finds a Darley player. High right foot kick to the top of the square. Right's in the square. Ball gets balled away. Chance here for Redan. They've actually kicked a deliberate behind there from about 15 metres out. How about that? So Darley now 5-7-37. Trail Redan 8-10-58. So we're back to a 21-point ball game here. No goals in the opening 11 minutes of this third term. Ball comes back into play. Stealing it there was Matthew Brett, been terrific this afternoon. Left foot kick goes into attack. Players set themselves. Neither player could take a mark as the ball comes back out of defence from Redan. The mark's been taken there by Fitzgibbon. Fitzgibbon with ball in hand. Keeps the kick low. Poor kick. Found Page. Laces out. He or Matthew Brett could have raffled it. That's what Page is going to do. He's only good by foot. Very crowded forward line, though, we speak of as he goes wide. The kick's good and finds Aaron Cadman on the lead. He's presented well this afternoon, the youngster on debut. Likely type. Left foot kick keeps it low. Coming in from the side there was King. Couldn't take the mark. Ball at ground level gets socket off the ground there by Jess. He's forced to go to ground. Darley playing with the umpire for holding the ball. But he says, no, I'll have it. I'll ball it up. So about 50 metres away from the Darley goal. 5-7-37 Darley. Trail Redan 8-10-58. Here's the ball up. Tap one by Redan. So Lamb gets it to Fitzgibbon, who goes along the line by foot. Out of bounds on the full in the end. Umpire says that Mitch Ward will have to take the resultant free kick to bring the ball back into play. So what's Ward going to do with it? You get it over the top of those Redan players there. He goes in the direction of Cadman. He got 2 to beat. But turnover kick in the end. Redan getting back with numbers, making it difficult as they go short. Matthews marks overhead. Goes by the left foot, out wide towards Bell. They're on half back now, Redan, as they go along the line, looking for Thompson. Couldn't take the mark. Ward at the back goes to Spoil. Unfortunately for Ward, it ricocheted off his knee and went to Fitzgibbon, who caught one high from Brad Inglis. So Fitzgibbon with ball in hand now. Grandstand side centre wing. Keeps the ball low to the pocket. And found Page again, if you don't mind. Took a strong mark in front of Thompson. Blake Thompson not very happy with the delivery he's had in the last few minutes as Page is forced to play on. High right foot kick. It's all Redan. Either Bell marked it or just let it go on the full, but he chose to mark it. Right foot kick. Nice use of the body there by Tanner. Took a nice mark there for the Devils on half back. Played on, gave the hand pass to Spiteri. Went short by foot. And there's a howler. There's about the 7th howler of the afternoon for the Devils by foot. Turnover. And Redan will go back and have a shot on goal. Might be Harvey with ball in hand. Yes, half a dozen or so Darley players have just had one howler as Harvey goes out wide towards George on the lead. He's got it. Mark on the chest. Went wide to the pocket. Can go short down to, well, any one of two there. And Lamb will take the mark. 15 metres out, directly in front, plays on, left foot, too easy, straight over the goal umpire's hat. And Redan break the drought in this third term on the goal front. Took them 15 minutes to do so. But for Darley's weight of possession, they've only managed 3 points in this third term. So Redan 9-10-64, lead Darley 5-7-37. It's all about polish, and the Devils, they just haven't got much of it. Well, they're lacking in it for starters anyway. So, very almost performance, the Devils. They're getting their hands to it and then just butchering the footy on occasions. And they've been their own worst enemy at times. And that's got a lot to represent for the difference in the game. Here goes Bond out of the middle. Right foot kick goes out wide to the pocket, looking for George on the lead. Ball spills free. Getting the football there was Brett, who's forced to apply the tackle. Good pressure there from the Werribee affiliate. And he manages to bottle the ball up. And there'll be a throw in about 15 metres around from the Redan goal. They managed to get 2 in quick succession in the first, second. And let's see how they go in the third term here, Redan. But it's going to be a Darley ball as Baker just runs away with it. High left foot kick to the outer side centre wing. Cadman had 2 to beat. Ball came back, socket out of mid-air there by Redan. It might have been Craig Peters. And it only went as far as Brad Inglis, I think, who's got ball in hand. Goes short. Kicks okay. Finds the Devils. Left foot. It was Aaron Cadman again. Left foot kick along the line. Finds Johnson. He's a mile away from home. But you see him working up the ground and providing an option as the party gives Johnson a lead, but it's ignored. They go to a 2-on-1 towards half forward. How's it going to sit? Numbers will prevail here. The pressure's from Banner, but the kick comes clear towards Jenkins. Left foot kick goes out wide here towards half-back, looking for Johnson. Beecham did well. Put as a party under the pump, though. His tackle taken to the ground. The umpire called play on. Flynn Atchison was good. Blind turn. Left foot kick along the line, close up against the boundary line. Finally finds its way over. There'll be a boundary throw in. True centre wing position right in front of us here in the commentary position. Near 17 and a half minutes gone. Redan lead by 27 points. They're 9-10, Darley 5-7. Boundary throw in. Tap one by Madden, who's toiled well in the ruck this afternoon. Baker, that's holding the ball. Umpires, yep, he's going to pay it. Baker went one way, then the other. When he was pinged the third time. And the free kick will go to McLean. He's had a good day on the possession front. Goes short. Giampolo had the sun in his eyes and he couldn't take the mark. Here's a turnover opportunity for Bewley. Just Redan have got numbers around the contest. Darley just can't get through as Bond will measure the kick and it's okay. And he finds Madden. So Madden with ball in hand. Goes short towards Atchison. And he just played on and got on the preferred left from 55. Kicks the ball, squaring kick in the George direction. Did everything well there. George couldn't take the mark. Chance here for Brett, who combines with Leonard. And he goes short by foot towards Azapati, who gathers on the half volley, concedes some ground by hand to Locke. Lobbing left foot kick over towards Page, who goes short to Brett. So Brett, 35 metres away from the Redan goal, has ball in hand and goes short to Bewley. Forced to dive for it, took the mark in the end, did well. Took a nice chest mark just above the grass. And he's weighing up the options, but Redan have pressed up very well with weight of numbers, so Cadman was knocked off the ball there before he had an opportunity to present. There'll be a free kick to Joel Cadman. They've had good days, the Cadmans, today. Kick short, marked by Azapati. Centre wing, grandstand side of the ground. Just a bit slow with their ball movement, the Devils, as Azapati goes short to Banner. Marks on the lead, on half forward, right on the corner of the centre square. Goes into the pocket. Players set themselves right at the target. Couldn't take the mark, goes off his hands. It's all Redan at ground level. Giampolo tries to keep the ball in but can't. And there'll be a boundary throw in. 55 metres around from the Darley goal. They trail by 27 points. Bacchus Marsh leads Sunbury by 4 points. East Point lead Melton South by 33. There's the boundary throw in. Madden's been very good in the ruck. Hurried right foot kick only as far as Brett, who's tackled, taken to the ground by McLean and pinged. Free kick to McLean. Fair enough too there as he plays on. By hand. Gets it to Harvey. Right foot kick to the other side of the ground. Fitzgibbon. He's out there as well, but chance here for Aberdeen. Right foot kick to the top of the square. Players set themselves. Oh, nearly a mark there to Redan, but the umpire calls play on. Page goes by hand and forces it through for a minor score. So Redan, 9-11-65. Darley 5-7-37. Ball comes back into play. Kicks good from Locke. Finds Azapati. He's not in a hurry to get rid of it. Now he goes. Comes out wide towards Bewley. Sets himself. Just went straight through his hands and fell into the hands of Thompson. Right foot kick goes back in the direction of Locke here for Darley. He couldn't take the mark. Ball at ground level. McLean could have cut one high, but he's been pinged by holding the ball. Yeah, well, Azapati will take that free kick. A bit stiff there, I thought, McLean. 28-point difference here in favour of Redan. That kick's poor. Opportunity here for Redan again. Darley, their own worst enemy. And they're going to get a free kick here, Redan. It's going to go against the Devils. And it's going to be Thompson from 50 who'll have a shot on goal. So, from 30 seconds ago, Azapati had the ball in hand with a chance of getting the Devils out of trouble, and somehow Redan had the ball. And Thompson's short kick's okay and finds Lamb, and he'll go back and have a shot on goal from 45. All a bit too easy on occasions, and unfortunately for the Devils, they've ably assisted Redan with some costly turnover as Lamb leans back on the kick. It's going to be a let-off for the Devils for a minor score off to the left. Redan's 12th behind of the afternoon. They're 66 now. They lead Darley 37. Near 22 minutes gone in this third term. Bacchus Marsh still lead Sunbury by 4 points. Ballarat leads Sebas by 21. Ball to come back into play. Matthew Brett will go short and the kick's fine. By foot. Brett ends up with the ball once again from Inglis. Speaking of Brad on that occasion. He got it to Matthew Brett. He goes short. Kick has to be good. It is to Banner. So he's forced to chip. Page was up to the task. Hit the ground running. Right foot kick along the line. Chance here for at the back Bewley. Can keep running. Decides to. Now the right foot kick goes in direction of Johnson. And he's got it. Johnson takes the mark. 55 metres out from goal. What's he going to do? Darley 5-7-37. Redan 9-12-66. Squaring kick from Johnson finds Brett. And a good kick there from the youngster Johnson. He'll go back, Brett, here. He'll kick from outside 50. He'll take his best, you'd think. And for all Darley's weight of possession in this third term, they've managed just 3 behinds. Well, in fact, 2. One of them was actually kicked by a Redan bloke from 15 metres out. You don't mind. So Matthew Brett, a key back for the Devils. He's been good this year. Will have a shot on goal. Leans back on the kick. Oh, that is a excellent exponent of the drop punt if ever I've seen one. Straight over the goal umpire's hat. And Matthew Brett puts it through and gets the Devils back within 23 here at City Oval. 6-7-43 they are now. They trail Redan, who are 9-12-66. So they're hanging in, Darley. The difference in the game is they're half a dozen howlers. That's all it is. So the review is quite simple. Execution, execution, execution. Everything else has been pretty good. And Redan's weight of numbers, though, when Darley have had the ball from half back to half forward, they've been good. There's the ball up. Tap one by Madden, who got it to Bond. Hurried left foot kick out of the middle. Page kept his feet, did well against Thompson. Oh, the umpire's picked out a free kick. It's going to go against Page. Oh, break your heart stuff as Thompson with ball in hand down half forward. Page has been prominent once again for the Devils in defence. Led by Matthew Brett, Darren Leonard and Page. Left foot kick from Thompson. Goes to the pocket. Players set themselves. Down the ball there with Beecham at ground level is Lamb. Kicks the ball across the body. That's a clever kick. Conceded some ground nonetheless. So it's Madden now with ball in hand. Can go short, inside 50. Lamb's the target. Ball spills free. Thompson leading into the race for the ball. Excellent pick up in the end. Forced out of bounds though. Wasn't a bad effort. He had a ping on goal, but the boundary umpire had already said, bring it back, I'll have it. And there'll be a throw-in to take place. 20 metres around from the Redan goal. 25 minutes gone, third term. Redan 66, Darley 43. East Point out to a 70-point lead over Melton South. Ball in. Tap one by Bell. Knocked it at ground level. Chance of Brad Inglis by hands to Young. Young's horrible kick was marked on half forward there by the youngster there in Lappin. So Lappin, right foot kick. Gets plenty of it. Goes in the direction of Lamb. Darley got the numbers. Players set themselves. Can you believe it? 4 Darley players and 1 Redan bloke. And the umpire's picked out a free kick. And it's going to go to Redan. And it's going to go to Lamb. And he's going to go back and have a shot on goal. Yeah, break your heart stuff, I tell you. 9-12-66 Redan lead. Darley 6-7-43. Sunbury have hit the front against the Cobras. 51 plays, 49. The siren sounds for three-quarter time here. Lamb leans back on the kick and misses off to the left for a minor score. So at three-quarter time here in Apple 98.5 FM's match of the round, it's Redan 9-13-67 who lead Darley 6-7-43. It's a 4-goal ball game here at City Oval at the final break.
Embroidered Me Melton are soon to become
8.5 FM's match of the round. It's 7th Redan hosting 11th Darley. And the home side led by 24 points. Of course, Darley have got North Ballarat to look forward to next week. I don't think looking forward go too well together for any side that has to face North Ballarat at the moment. But nonetheless, the siren sounds to get played away. Redan kicked to the scoreboard into the final term. They lead by 24 points and plays underway. As soon as the ball hit at ground level, there'll be a stoppage. Another ball up right in the middle of the ground here. Doing the work there was Fenton. Neither side can break away from the congestion, and there'll be a ball up. Tap one by Madden. Baker goes crashing through. He's tackled, taken to the ground. The umpire says, I'll have it. He'll ball it up. Matthew Brett probably being Darley's best this afternoon. There's the ball up. Opportunity here for Baker. He just tried to tap it to his advantage and then cop one high. He'll get a free kick here. So Baker plays on with the hand pass. Got it to Page. Right foot kick to the attacking 50. Players set themselves. Cadman was the target. Couldn't take the mark. Ball at ground level is a Jared Chiapolo's down for the Lions. Umpire's picked out a free kick. It's going to go to Banner. He's not going to waste any time. He goes out wide of the pocket looking towards Johnson. And and he's taken. Oh, the umpire's called play on. Johnson wanted the mark. It didn't look like he'd taken it from here. And now there'll be a ball up, 25 metres out from the Darley goal. We're blindsided there momentarily, the umpire, but it did look like it got on the bounce. Chance here for the Devils out of the congestion. They're denied. The umpire will come in and effect a ball up. 20 metres away from the Darley goal. They trail by 24 points. Ball up. Players set themselves. Cadman with the tap only as far as Fitzgibbon. And then he concedes by hand. 15-metre hand pass. Straight through the middle of the goals. 1 point. Strange. Darley 6-8-44. Trail Redan 9-13-67. So Jenkins to bring the ball back into play. Normally very reliable by foot. Sun still having an influence down the end that Darley's kicking at the moment. Right foot kick gets the halfback. Madden the target. Good spoil by Ward at the back. Got it to ground level. Young fumbled the foot. He wasn't clean enough, and then Bucket could have given away a free kick, but the umpire said no. And there'll be a ball up on half forward for Darley. The sun in the forward's eyes. So kick to, the city end will call it that. Chance for Baker. Oh, excellent gather. Terrific play there by Baker. Can he get it onto the left? He does. He gets the ball forward. Johnson in front, sets himself. Couldn't take the mark. Sun was in his eyes. Ball at ground level. Does it sit for Coots Major? Just lacked a bit of cleanliness below the knees. Couldn't gather. Bit of a stacks on the mill. The umpire will come in and ball it up. Yeah, well done there by Baker to keep the ball in front of him, and then finally gathered, was able to arrest the ball forward. There's the ball up. Tap one by Coots Major. Chance here for Johnson. He got it over towards Young. High kick to the top of the square. Players set themselves in Wright's taking the mark. And the youngster in his second game will go back and have a shot on goal. And I like the way he presented with that high footy. Never an easy grab for anybody, really, those big high up and under kicks. But right, the youngster did well. Distance won't be a problem here. He's 20 metres out from goal directly in front. Set sail for the judge. And he's off to the right and he misses. It's a minor score. And a let off for Redan. Darley 6-9-45. Redan 9-13-67. Ball to come back into play. It'll be Waterbury with ball in hand now. He'll weigh up the options and go to the halfback. Gets plenty of purchase on the kick. Players set themselves. No mark taken. Chance here for the Devils. Inglis got it over towards Young. High kick. Can Coots Major take the mark? Good spoil on the footy there by Jess. Chance at ground level for Johnson. Soon as he gathered, he was bailed up, tackled, taken to the ground. And the umpire says, I'll have it. And there'll be a ball up about 12 metres away from the Darley goal. Here's the ball up. Coots Major does the ruck work. The umpire's picked out a free kick here. It's going to go against Madden. And it's going to go to Coots Major. And he'll have a shot on goal from about 15 metres out. Directly in front. Shouldn't have any problem here at this level. Go back and just kick it straight over the goal umpire's head. My goodness. He's off to the right. He's missed. So there's two let-offs for Redan. 15 metres out and 20 metres out directly in front. Well, that's footy. No one ever said it was an easy game to play. Darley 46, Trail Redan 67. Ball to come back into play. It'll be Waterbury. He runs his measure, then goes straight down the middle. Players set themselves. As a party dropped what he should have taken, but broke out of the tackle well. Gave it to Brett. He went short by foot. And the kick's been cut off by Fitzsimmons. Been good to date. His hand passed a little bit errant. Got it to Jared Giampolo, who went by hand onto the defensive 50 to Jenkins, who went short to Harvey. Harvey will stop and take a breath and slow it down a bit as Fitzsimmons presents again. Told to play on by the umpire. Goes short. Matthews was up to the task. So he takes the mark. On half back here for Redan. Goes along the line. McLean, the fly, couldn't quite take the mark through his hands over the line for a boundary throw in. On half forward for Redan now. Gee, they'll be left to rue a couple of easy misses to start this final term, Darley. There's the boundary throw-in. Fenton does his own sharking and just throws the ball on the boot. Players set themselves. Chance here for George. Will it sit for him? He fell over, trapped the ball, and then was able to give a hand pass off. Here's Waterbury now, just dummies around Banner. Set the ball forward. Players set themselves. Good spoil on the footy there was by Tanner. Knocked the ball out wide towards the boundary line. Found touch over the line for a boundary throw-in. 30 metres around from the Redan goal now. 21-point ball game. Redan 67, Darley 46. There's the throw-in. Tap won by Tanner. Hurried right foot kick there from George. Out of bounds on the full. So the Devils through Beecham will give the ball to Matty Brett and bring the ball back into play. Sunbury 58, lead back at Smash 50. Melton 77, lead the Lakers 29. Ballarat 82, lead Sebas 53. East Point 134, lead Melton South 57. As Brett's kick goes beyond the defensive 50, off hands over the line for a boundary throw-in. 7.5 minutes gone in this final term. Redan yet to add to their three-quarter tally. Darley with two easy set shot misses. Chance here for Banner. Hurry left foot kick out of the congestion. Jenkins got a horrible bounce. Fitzsimmons there lending assistance. Been good today. Got it to Waterbury. Concede some ground by hand. Back towards Atchison. He goes to head to Waterbury. Waterbury now got 1-2 to beat. Then gave it back to Atchison. He's then tackled, taken to the ground. It's got to be holding the ball, and it's paid. Free kick against Atchison. It's going to go to Joel Cadman. He plays on. Right foot kick, goes in direction of Johnson, sets himself, couldn't take the mark, but he's been held on to, much to the displeasure of Jess. And Johnson will go back and have a shot on goal for an opportunity for his third of the afternoon. We'll have a 15-point ball game here if Johnson can kick this. Of course, the Devils, well, in the makeup of the season as a whole, well, those first two misses in the third final term won't really matter as Johnson sets sail for the judge. Oh, he's hit the post. It's just not meant to be for the Devils today. 6-11-47. Three set shot misses in the opening 8 minutes of this final term. They trail by 20. Waterbury goes short. Kicks okay to Atchison. Inside the boundary line. He goes short. Further afield. The kick's okay. Might be Bell out there, and the white boots can go short. Finds the target. Goes to ground as soon as he was tackled, as soon as he marked that Chris Giampolo. So what's he going to do? He's going to go short. Waits the kick in the Lamb direction. It might have been Bond. It was Lamb, in fact, who gave the ball back to Giampolo with a high right foot kick. McLean waiting at the back, needs a favourable bounce. Went the tap, was nearly clever, nearly got it towards Murphy. Matthew Brett sweeping right-hand air pass, got it to Bewley. Inside the boundary line from outside centre wing, got the ball towards half forward. Could have been a push, but the umpire said no. Cadman goes crashing through, he just spits it out towards Baker. Goes for the old-fashioned torpedo attack, but getting back and saving the day there is Waterbury. Goes lateral, finds Jenkins. In the back pocket, normally good by foot. Fitzsimmons just hit the ground running there. Took the mark, got towards half-back at his own leisure. Short kick was okay. Found George. Kicks to an open forward line. Going back there was Tanner, sets himself, couldn't take the mark. Might have been Bewley there, in fact. Chance here for Redan square and kick from Bell. Goes in the direction there of Lamb. Will it sit for him? It doesn't. Ball rolls over the line for a boundary throw-in. Three set shot misses for Darley in this final term. They trail by 20 points. One from 15, one from 20, and the other from 40. All pretty much directly in front. Yes, so you can pick at the game all you like. You'll be able to find reason why there's 20 points in this game. As Madden's tackled, taken to the ground, the umpire says holding the ball, and the free kick's going to go to Tanner. Another player in the Darley side to play 5 games or less. Plays on with a hand pass towards Baker. Can go short. Kick. That was an excellent effort there by by Bond to intercept. Ball at ground level. Chance here for the Devils through Brett, who's tackled. The umpire says, I'll have it, though. And there'll be a ball up 49 metres away from the Redan goal, who are yet to add to their third quarter tally. 11 minutes gone, final term. Redan by 20. Kick over the shoulder there from Madden. Went high up and under kick. Players set themselves. No mark taken. Ball just spews out there from Inglis, but only as far as Fitzgibbon. Well, Fitzsimmons. Yeah, Fitzgibbon had it right the first time. Goes right and finds McLean unattended. Just ran in to mark the ball on the chest. Just got to keep working the Devils as Fitzgibbon goes for a spell. So McLean's going to have a shot on goal from 50. This is break your heart stuff if he can kick this, given Darley's 3 very gettable chances on goal that had gone astray. So McLean from 50. It'll take his best effort. Set sail for the Judds. That ball's bending back beautifully, but it's just gone across the face and through for a minor score. Redan's first score of the fourth quarter. They're 9-14-68. They lead Darley 6-11-47. Ball comes back into play. Inglis has got to be good here. Kept his feet. That was a bit of a... He had to wait for it to turn to the end of the ball, and somehow he's ended up with it. Then he played on. Went looking there towards Locke. Poor hair pass. Put Locke under the pump. His kick was a turnover one at that. And Atchison's got the ball now. Square kick's okay to Atchison. But his brother, who just wheels and goes on to the left. Players set themselves. In from the side there was Tanner, couldn't take the mark. Bit of the sun glaring off the cars at the moment, making it difficult to see. Chance here for Brad Inglis, keeps his feet once again, did well. Bond, though, with strength, goes crashing through. Quick hands to George, shot on goal, and off to the right. So Lockie George with 2 goals, 5 this afternoon. 2-5. So Redan extend, albeit by a solitary point. They're 9-15-69. They lead Darley 6-11-47. 22-point ball game here. Quick look around the grounds. East Point lead Melton South by 77. Ballarat leads Sebastopol by 28. As Drew Locke will bring the ball back into play. Onto that left foot. Good kick. Found Page, who marked just inside the boundary line. On half-back. Plays on. Runs his measure. Right foot kick along the line. 2 to beat here, Coots Major. Did well, but numbers at ground level still here for Redan through Craig Peters, who got it to Atchison, who went over the top towards Giampolo, who went further afield over towards Aberdeen. Tackled, holding the ball. There'll be a free kick to Spiteri. Just didn't have any awareness there, Aberdeen. Didn't know what was going on. Spiteri nearly ran too far. Tumbling kick into the forward line was pretty average. Chance here for Johnson. He's tackled, dispossessed. And there's some good forward pressure there from the Devils to keep it in. Yeah, I thought Spiteri ran the best closer to 20 metres than he did 15. And then sort of stubbed the kick into the forward line. So the Devils have got it inside 50. How will it spill? Plenty of numbers. Giampolo, left foot shot on goal. Has gone through for a minor score. So Chris Giampolo, left foot kick, 25 metres out, kicked it through the Darley points. So that's the 3rd or 4th time they've done that this afternoon, Redan. Anyway, they bring the ball back into play to Jenkins. So that must be something they do at training, these blokes. Anyway, Jenkins with ball in hand goes short by foot. One bounce over the line for a boundary throw-in. On half-back for Redan. 69 plays 48. Been a bit of an arm wrestle of sorts in this opening 15 minutes of this final term. Still no goals in this final quarter. Took 15 minutes to register a goal in the third term. George through traffic as he pleased. Right foot kick to half forward. Kick was good. Found Bond on half forward. Plays on. Right foot kick. Goes in direction there of Madden, but reading it well at the back there was Leonard. And took a nice mark. Concedes some ground by foot. It's okay. Beecham with ball in hand now. Now this is the kick. What happens here? Right foot kick. Out of sight. Was okay. Found Matthew Brett. who was told to play on by the umpire. What's going on here? Now he's been pinged for holding the ball. So he wanted some separation from his player when he took the mark. Didn't get it. Wanted the play to go back onto the mark. Umpire called play on. Brett was dispossessed. Now Redan have the ball and they'll have a shot on goal. Oh, wait. 48 Darley trail Redan 69. 16 and a half minutes gone in this final term. So there'll be a deliberate shot on goal here for Redan. And it's going to come off the boot of McLean, who set sail. Has he got the accuracy? No, he doesn't. So they've had a few misses themselves, Redan. 9-16-70. Lead Darley 6-12-48. So the ball comes back into play. Page under pressure from the Banner kick. Gave it back to Banner, who got it to Leonard. Went short by foot, was okay to Page, who just turned George inside out, went with the right boot to the outer side centre wing. Kicks okay. Outer side centre wing along the line, the Devils go towards half forward. Young sets himself, takes the mark just inside the boundary line. Right in front of the Darley coach's box. Right foot kick, into attack. Redan got numbers back. As a party's going to get a free kick here. And as a party's going to go back and have a shot on goal for being held. A bit similar to what Darley did in that third term. They had 3 or 4 defenders, v1 Redan forward, and somehow Redan were given the free kick, and a similar scenario has happened here, where Redan have had the numbers. They only had as a party to beat the one Devil, and they've given away a free kick. So let's see how as a party will go. Set shot on goal, 20 metres out. Set sail for the judge. And he's put it through. The Devils like it, and they're within 16 points here at City Oval. They're 7-12-54, Darley. They've kicked the first goal of the final term. They trail Redan 9-16-70. All right, we'll get an update around the grounds. East Point 140 lead Melton South 63. Ballarat 82 leads the Bass 56. Melton 77 lead Lakers 35. And Sunbury, in a mini-final for them, 58 lead Bacchus Marsh 50. So Sunbury have managed just 54 points per game since round 1. They've kicked another goal. They've got 64 on the board now. Back in the middle here. 16-point ball game in favour of Redan. We've been playing near 19 minutes as the ball goes hustled free. That's a big spoil on the ball there. It was good play there by the Devils. Knocked the ball back into the middle of the ground. Oh, Cooper Craig Peters got one high. Against Young, wheels back onto the left boot, goes into attack. Players set themselves. It's going to be a free kick. It's going to go against the Devils. It's going to go against Brett, and it looks like it's going to be Lockie George who'll go back and have a shot on goal. He kicked 2 goals 5 this afternoon, and an opportunity here as good as any for his third, and a quick response, a steadying one. This will be if George can kick this as we approach the 20-minute mark of the final term. Kicks on its way. It's going to go off to the right, out of bounds on the full. So 2-5 and 1 on the full for Lockie George. Played minimal time in the middle of the ground this afternoon. It's been all about him forward. Left foot kick from Locke's good. Found Matthew Brett, who goes short over the top to Banner. Now Banner with ball in hand. As the party wants it, stationary target. Now he moves. Oh, now Banner's going to go back to the top of the goal square. To Leonard. And go further afield towards Page. Is he going to run out of space? Off hands over the line for a boundary throw in. Half forward for Redan. It's had a little bit too, well, almost too much on it, that kick of Leonard's, but throw in nonetheless. Tap one by Fenton. The umpire's going to come in and blow the whistle and take it off, Madden. 9-16 plays 7-12 here. Redan by 16. 20 minutes gone, final term. And the big fella Bonds tackled, taken on the ground by Inglis. Speaking of Brad. And there'll be another stoppage. There's the ball up. Tap one by Madden. Baker on a cop one high, and then he himself tackled Atchison over the shoulder, but the umpire didn't see either. And there'll be a ball up. Tap one by Madden. He'll certainly feature in their best today, you'd think, as Inglis broke away, got the hand pass towards Banner, who was tackled just as he kicked and retarded the kick. That's good pressure there from Cadman on Jenkins. Retarded the kick, and then Baker's hand pass was terrible. Got it to Harvey. How's it going to sit here for Bell? It does. He taps it over the top. Looking there towards George. Beecham lending assistance. Knocked it towards the boundary line, over the line for a boundary throw-in. So, there's Luther Baker's howler for the day. One of them. There's about 7 or 8 howlers today. One each. They've shared the load. There's the ball up. Out of the congestion here. Ball at ground level. Chance here for Lamb. Excellent tackle there by Azapati. Well, it was Banner, in fact, actually. I got the boots of Lamb and the body of Banner mixed up. And Banner will go short and finds Locke. Outside of the left boots. Searching kick. Misses everybody. And bounces end on in over the line for a boundary throw-in. So attacking side of centre wing, grandstand side of the ground, 22 and a half minutes gone, final term. Won't be a long quarter, just the 1 goal kick for the term. So there's the throw-in. Went over the head of both Fenton and Madden. Fell into the hands of Inglis, who's tackled, bailed up by Atchison, and there'll be a ball up. That was a party on that occasion. Ball up. 16-point lead to Redan. Opportunity here at ground level. It's going to be a trip there. It's going to be a free kick to Darley. And it's going to go to Spiteri. So off on his bike he goes. Right foot kick inside 50. Who's going to cope with the sun in the eye? Leading into the race of the ball was Atchison. Tumbling right foot kick. Went about 50 metres at the end. George gave the hand pass. It was Bell, in fact, who gave the hand pass over towards... that might have been Aberdeen who gave it back to him and set the ball forward, and you guessed it, Lockie George is coming out and he's taking a nice overhead mark. So George with ball in hand, 16-point advantage to the Lions. 23 and a half minutes gone, final term. So this has almost gone like clockwork to what these two teams average for points scored. So Redan, well, they go short to an unmanned Chris Giampolo, and he'll go back and have a shot on goal. So, yes, Redan, who averaged 71 points a game, currently on 70, and Darley, who averaged 52, are on 54. So it's just about gone to script as they share it around again. So Giampolo's short kick is okay. And there's an unmarked, might be, as he turns around, we'll pick him up. It's Thompson, highly skilled player. We'll go back and have a shot on goal here from about 30. Sunbury out to a 20-point lead over Bacchus Marsh. So Thompson, 45-degree angle, will go back and shoot. Set sail for the judge off to the right for a minor score. So 9-17-71 now, Redan. They've kicked 4 points in this final quarter. Lead Darley 6-7. They've kicked 1 goal, 5, including 4 missed opportunities from set shots. Ball comes back into play. Chance of Banner to mark. He does. Sends it out wide towards Brad Inglis. Took a mark out of side centre wing. Goes short. Kicks okay to Cadman. Right foot kick goes out wide. Kicks all right. Finds Young, who goes along the line. Short kick's okay. Going to be a free kick to Darley. Yep, these umpires paid it. And it's going to go. As they elect to play on. Oh, he's just coughed it up. I mean, keep that Benny Hill soundtrack on hand. As Darley cough it up again. There's the one howler of the afternoon there as well. And Redan will get out of trouble. It'll be a 50-metre penalty. So, just got from bad to worse there for the Devils. Frustrating to watch. But nonetheless, 71 plays 54. Might have been Page there in the forward line who played on. So there's Pagey's howler for the day. So Redan, out of side centre wing, go along the line. The kick had too much on it, and Baker just waited at the back, and it ended up in his breadbasket. He went short, and the kick's okay. Ball in hand, Matthew Brett been terrific this afternoon. Goes short to Banner. Just really makes a mistake, this Matthew Brett, so Banner's sort of bereft of options, so had to give it back to him. Found Ward. Oh, Ward went straight through his hands, and does a turnover here. Jenkins didn't have to do much other than benefit from the fumble of Ward. Ball found in the hands of Harvey. He got it over towards Thompson, who has a shot on the goals. And he's missed off to the right. 5 behinds for Redan in this final term. Darley with 1 goal, 5 of their own. So they've combined for 1 goal, 10, if you don't mind. Riveting viewing, 27 minutes gone, final term. Ball comes back into play. It's an excellent mark there by Leonard. Played on, gave the hand pass to Ward. Left foot kick goes along the line. How will it sit? Numbers favour Redan. Jenkins' hand pass was good. Got it to Jess, who gave it over to McLean. Trying to get around Inglis. And he does, gets onto the preferred left. Tumbling left foot kick was poor. A good spoil there on the footy by Giampolo. Got it to Bell. Bell got it towards Lamb. He got it back to Giampolo. What's he going to do? Left foot kick keeps it low. Cut off by the Devils' defence. Here's an opportunity here for the big fella in Tanner. His gather at ground level was good. The umpires picked out a free kick, and it's going to go Darley's way. And they're going to get themselves out of trouble. Looks like it's going to be Page with ball in hand. Can't keep him out of the game at all. There's that low right foot kick. Goes out wide in the direction of Wright, who's going to receive a free kick here. Being pushed under the footy. So Wright with ball in hand goes along the line towards half forward. Players set themselves. Big spoil. Atchison taken to the ground. The umpire says might have been ended up out of bounds in the end. And it has, yep, there'll be a boundary throwing to take place. On the true outer-side centre wing, Redan lead by 18 points. Chance here for Baker. He's had a bit of it. Left foot kick, open forward line. How's it going to sit? Left foot kick across the body there from short. We'll get Redan out of trouble momentarily. Could be a high contact free kick there. It's going to go the Darley way. And it'll be the Devils with ball in hand after that high tackle. So the Devils. Now there's a bit of disagreeing going on over the other side of the ground. Let's just hope the free kick doesn't get turned over or anything silly like that. It's going to be Darley with the ball. So they're about 60 metres away from goal. It's going to be, looks like it might be Joel Cadman from here. So he'll go across the body, goes out wide. The Johnson direction couldn't quite take the mark. Sharky, the ball was Banner, kick across the body. Offline through for a minor score. Ball to come back into play here for Redan. 7-13 now, Darley. They kick 1 goal, 6 in this final term. And Redan have got 5 behinds. So they wax on and wax off between the back pocket and the goal square. It's Waterbury with ball in hand. Near 29 minutes gone, final term. Short kick from Waterbury's okay, finds Jenkins. Just going through the motions now, both sides. And as Jenkins can go short, out of side, half back, is okay. Left foot, measured kick goes out wide towards Atchison. The siren sounds to end the game. And there's a bit of a melee going on over there, about 60 metres away from the Darley goal. Yeah, players coming in from everywhere, just having a bit to say. This is the last thing that either club would want. It's just an unnecessary fine in the post-match. But what I can tell you is that Redan, 9-18-72, have defeated Darley by 17 points, 7-13-55. The goal scorers for Redan, Harvey 2, Fitzgibbon 2, George 2, and 1 each to Bond, McLean and Lamb. Whilst for Darley, Will Johnson finished with 2, Aaron Cadman 1, Matthew Brett 1, Joel Cadman 1, and Brodie Cootes Major also kicked 1. So, Redan, did they do enough today to impress? Well, they had their first shot on goal. They did have 27 shots on goal, but could only manage the 9 goals. Let's have a quick look at around the grounds. So I can tell you that East Point will defeat Melton South by about 12 goals. Ballarat leads Sebastopol by 19 points. Melton will defeat Lake Windaree by about 50. And Sunbury will defeat Bacchus Marsh. They lead by 19. So 10-10-70 Sunbury lead. Bacchus Marsh 7-9-51. It's all over here at City Oval. Redan, deserved winners in the end. And Darley, on occasions, just proving their own worst enemy, whether it be by a few howlers by foot or by hand, or by easy misses in front of goal. But in fairness, Redan missed their own fair share in front of the big sticks. They're kicking 5 points in that last quarter. In fact, they only kicked 1 goal, 9 in the second half. And Darley managed 2 goals, 9. So, whilst they were inaccurate shooting for goal, it was the Devils who actually won the second half. So Redan by 17 points here at City Oval to keep their finals hopes alive. Hope your team won. So on behalf of us here at City Oval, we bid you all a very good afternoon from a very sunny afternoon here at City Oval. And we'll see you all next week where it's the Devils who host North Ballarat. Good luck.
Today's broadcast of BFL Game Day was proudly sponsored by Western Screens, Blinds and Awnings, 35A Griffith Street, Bacchus Marsh. Phone 5370 1478.